Any station come in?
Yung breaker po, go ahead. 11 call sign, sir.
Thank you, sir. This is 4H1 EMQ po. This is EMQ from Amadeo Station, over.
Roger that. Acknowledge. This is Alpha Lima, Cavite Station on the mobile.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you give me update lang sa location mo, weather, and working condition mo?
Roger that. Acknowledge. So now, ako po ay on mobile, stationary mobile here in Cavite City Public Market. And then, sa ngayon, sobrang init po ng ating weather condition ngayon dito. Napakataas ng humidity level. And working condition ko po is Motorola GM300 with power output of 45 watts. And then, super gainer antenna, over.
Magandang hapon po sa inyo muli mga ka-Tri Nation. Ito na naman po ang inyong lingkod, si BB1 ng Try to Contact. Ayan, so kamusta na po ba kayo dyan? Ano? So tayo po ba ngayon ay nasa mabuting mga kalagayan? Hopefully. Ano? Ayan, so welcome po sa ating new time slot. Ayan, so kayo po ba ay natutuwa sa ating new time slot? Easy. Thank you. Ayan. Ayan, yes. Ayan po, no? So, yan po ang ating bagong time slot ngayong Thursday at 5 p.m. At hopefully po ay magkakwento-kwentuhan po tayo ngayong maghapon dito sa ating Try to Contact. At hindi nyo po natatanong, meron po tayong mga bagong segment ngayon, ano? Kamukha po ni Sir James, mamaya ipapakilala po natin siya at check po natin yung kanyang mga insight na naman at yung kanyang training at saka meron po siyang bagong introduction. Ayan. And then, ganun din naman po, meron po tayong mga newcomers. Ayan. Mga content creator po dito sa ating Try to Contact. So, mamaya po, introduce din natin siya. Ano? O sila, actually. Ayan. So, yun po, no? So, kamusta na po kayo dyan sa inyong mga 2-0, mga ka-Tri Nation? At ako naman po ay nandito sa mabuting kalagayan. At medyo, sabi nga, medyo mainit kanina, no? Kasi medyo sumikat yung araw. Pero hopefully, tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung lamig. Pero hopefully nga yun, ano? Alam naman natin na kapag lumilipas na ang mga bare months, ayan, lalo na dito sa Tagaytay, medyo umiinit na rin naman, ano? Ayan. So, yun po, ano? So, syempre, umpisahan na po ba natin si Sir James, ano? Sir James, can you thumbs up if you can be the first? No? Okay, yeah, it's okay, yeah. What? Are you going to go? Okay, yan. So, ito po ay surprise to sa kanya kasi hindi niya pa rin po nakikita yung intro niya. We just made this po, ano, kanina. Ayan, medyo, alam niyo naman, yung time slot natin, medyo, sabi nga, rush ng konti. Ayan, sorry po, at yun nga. So, yun po. Without further ado, ayan. So, syempre, SOP natin, ayan, kailangan natin ng tissue. Ayan, so it's tissue time with CQC. Ayan, so anyway, ito po yung segment, bagong segment ni Sir W3ZQZ. Ayan, so nakita niyo po ba yung train from A to Z by our very own Sir W3ZQZ. Please come in. There you go.
Hey there, Joey. Well, what a intro there. I like that surprise. Well,
yes.
Now, what we're going to do is going to jump right in here for our in-house training. And last week, we were talking about the dipoles and the different types of dipoles that we come across in HF. And I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. For our veteran amateur radio operators, you already know this, but for newer ones, again, we'll try to, as an introduction, keep it simple. Once again, for HF, particularly one of the primary antennas is the dipole antenna. And we had some examples that Joy put up last week here, of the simple dipole antenna with coaxial center fed and the two quarter wavelength lines. Now, uh, as far as the dipole is concerned, when you're transmitting here on the various another, I'll put it this way: you have various scenarios where it's not always convenient, uh, or you're not able to take a coax or ladder line, as they say, um, and center feed a um, antenna and have two lines. Sometime, depending on your circumstances, there we have in-fed or off-center. So basically, it would be a your transmitter, then a coaxial cable, and depending on your area of circumstances, you might have to again feed the antenna, power to the antenna on the end as opposed to right down in the center. So I just have, just so you can just visualize this here, uh, and with the assistance of my camera person here, typically what you have here is you have your transmitter here, your radio, you have your coaxial cable that will go up, and I probably should use a different color anyway. But again, you have your coaxial cable going up to the center and it's fed. Each line is typically a quarter wavelength, for a little over half wavelength for a, in most scenarios, a resonant dipole. But on occasion, again, depending on your circumstances and where you live, it's not always convenient to do this here. So we'll just take that out. And sometime you can do take coax or ladder line or whatever and do off center, and you're able to again uh, feed your dipole and just also probably with a balun and so forth. There's a few other things you should know for off center, but again, we're get into that later. And it's still a total of a half wavelength, except it's off, just off center. Or in some circumstances, what you can do is a in-fed antenna. So you can attach the coaxial cable here as well. And of course, that gets a little bit tricky, but um, with on future episodes, we're discuss how you can effectively in feed the antenna and have a reasonably low SWR across um, the band. So you have several options right here for your typical dipole. The majority, again, being ideally center fed dipole. And also you have several options too as well. For most of us who have limited space, um, let's say this is a 40-meter band dipole, and normally that would be probably about anywhere from about 67 feet, roughly 67 feet from end to end. Now, realistically, most of us don't have that. So a shortened dipole, what you would do is you would add what we call loading coils inside um, and the antenna here and just coils, and in effect that will shorten the dipole very simply. So these loading coils. Now, right now, later on, I'll reveal the my antenna that I built, but I actually built a shortened dipole, and it's actually with the loading coils, and there's formulas for that. 16 feet versus 67 feet, with a foot and a half drooping ends here, a foot and a half here, effectively just uh, 19 feet, basically. So it's a number of things you can do regarding uh, a setup for a monoband antenna. And then later on, we're discussed not to give you too much multi-band dipole antennas. So there you have it. That's just the little bit of whet your appetite sort of uh, multi-band, single band, dipole, center fed, off center fed, in fed antenna, shortened dipole. There's so many things, options you can do depending on your circumstances. And thank you, camera person. So that's it, Joey. I promised to keep it short and simple. Hopefully that was simple
Yes, yeah,
enough
thank.
for that. And you know, there's a wealth of information when you're starting off in amateur radio for antenna design and building, and of course, the amateur radio community. There's always someone that's willing to help, and many ideas as far as building an antenna for your HF radio as well. And again, circumstances vary, but for many, there's deed restrictions, there's antenna, homeowner association restrictions, and persons don't have the space to put up big antennas. So again, there's a lot of tricks that you can do. All right. So.
All right. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having
ZQC.
me.
Yes, so
Okay.
this is one of your first segment. With the intro, of course. So how do you like your intro, Sir James?
Oh yes, yeah. I love the intro. Yeah, very much so. Very
All right.
unexpected on that one there. So
Yeah.
I'll wait further surprises too.
Yes, yeah. Soon we will edit it also, and then we will try to put a little bit more exciting,
Hmm.
for your
And
personality.
yeah, yeah, we need that.
Yes.
So, and we look forward to some of our new regulars that will be on as well. And I'm sure you're getting to that for our VHF and antenna design as well. So we again appreciate this platform here, again, to educate persons on some radio basics and so forth.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Tri Nation, again, this is Sir W3ZQC for his training from A to Z. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Ayan po. So again, thank you very much po, Sir W3ZQZ, for your training from A to Z by ZQZ. Ayan. So pwede na siguro tayo magtagalog, ano? Ayan. So again, thank you very much po, Sir ZQZ, for that wonderful, again, dipole antennas discussion. And so sa mga future po natin ay episode, yan na po yung ating magiging format. At later on, hindi niyo na po ako makikita dun sa video ni Sir James. Ano, yan. So nag-live po tayo ngayon para po i-introduce yung ating bagong segment ni Sir James CQZ na A to Z by CQC. Ayan. And then nakita niyo po ba yung video? Ayan, ano. So yan po yung mga content na i-show sa atin, ano, o itatry ng ating mga katry nation at si YBX at si YBY. Ayan, kaya po dun sa YBY, YBX 10-9. Ayan, parang hindi nyo maintindihan. Pero para maintindihan nyo po, yan po yung kanilang mga gagawin later on, ano. Gagawa po sila ng kanilang mga segment na tatawagin po siguro natin silang ham radio DIY to try. Ayan, by YBX and YBY. Ayan, and then si Sir RDY din po, gagawa din po siya yung how to repair ham radio o try DIY ham radio DIY to try by RDY. Ayan, so sorry po, medyo nabubulol ako ano, ayan. And then yun po, no? Yun po yung mga mangyayari sa mga susunod na mga pagkakataon. Ayan. So kilala niyo pa po ba si Sir YBX? Ayan. So magsimula po tayo kay Sir YBX, ano. Meron po siyang old video, ayan. At para po makilala natin siya ng husto, i-replay po natin yung kanyang video. At tingnan po natin yung kanyang mga setup at sino ba talaga si Sir YBX. Ayan, pagka nagmo-modulate na medyo malalim yung boses, si Sir YBX yun. Ayan. So atin pong panoorin yung kanyang video. So, Sir YBX, please come in.
Hi! Magandang hapon, mga katry. Ako po si Jason Baluis na ang aking radio amateur call sign ay DW1YBX. Ang station, ang location ng station ko po ay nandito sa Binyan, Laguna. And ako po ay nagraradyo noong ako ay 13 years old pa lang. That was 1987. Diyan ako unang nagka-lisensya pero iba pa yung call sign ko noon. At napatigil ako ng mga mahigit 1.5 dekada. At kaya ang bago kong call sign ay yung binanggit ko kanina. Kaya sa Makatwid, meron na akong mga 33 years na nagraradyo. Ngayon, nais kong ipakita sa inyo yung aking working condition dito sa aking radio station. Ang tinatawag dito ay radio shack. Okay, narito ang aking radyo na ginagamit sa VHF. Ito ay ICOM IC2200 Hotel. Ito ay 60 watts at ang antena na ginagamit ko dito ay Diamond X700 dual band antenna. At ang taas nito sa ngayon ay nasa 25 feet above the ground. Later on, siguro this week, iaangat ko to sa 50 feet. At meron din pa ako isang radyo na VHF, yung Yaesu FT2900R. Ito ay mas mataas ang output kesa sa ICOM, 75 watts. At mapapansin niyo dito, yung radyo dito sa baba, ito ay tinatawag na HF. Ang frequency nito ay from 1.6 MHz to 50 MHz. Ang tatak niya ay Kenwood TS480 HX. At ang maximum output nito ay 200 watts. Ito ay may kakayahan na makipag-communicate dito sa buong Pilipinas, ganun din dito sa Asia, at paminsan-minsan may nakakausap ako dito na taga-ibang kontinente. At mapapansin niyo dito yung napakaliit na radyo. Ito ay Yaesu FT817. ito ay multi-band radio from HF, VHF, at saka UHF. At ito ang ginagamit lalo na kapag ang isa ay nag-hiking o kaya nagka-camping. Bakit? Kasi ito ay low power lamang, 5 watts. Kaya pwedeng gamitan ito ng kung may bitbit kang baterya ng sasakyan, ng motor. At meron din siyang battery pack mismo. At provided siya ng maliit na antena na kapag ikaw ay nasa camping area o nasa bundok, kaya niya rin makipag-communicate within Philippine area. At ang aking power supply nga pala ay Cygnus PS308, 30 amperes. At meron din ako ditong steady volt linear power supply na 50 amperes. At meron din isang switching power supply na 65 amperes. And ito, tuner, ginagamitan ng mga HF para laging nakamatch yung antena dahil sa paiba-iba ng banda na ginagamit. And also, ito mga UHF ito, Kirison, Kenwood, at saka Alinco na 6 meter, 50 megahertz. So, yan ang setup ko sa aking Radio Shack. Kung nais ninyo na baka gusto nyo mag-enjoy din o i-try na maging libangan ang communication, ayan, merong mga proseso at malalaman nyo dito sa Try Contact. Maraming salamat. Ako nga pala si DW1 Yankee Victor X-Ray 73. At mamaya o sa ibang pagkakataon, ang itatry naman natin ay aktual na kukontak tayo sa mga malalayong lugar gamit ang aking videos. Salamat! 72.
Yon! Thank you very much po, Sir YBX. Ayan, so kilala ka na namin ngayon. Ikaw na ang maraming radyo. Ikaw na! Happy for you! Ayan, thank you so much po, Sir YBX, sa iyong mga pag-encourage sa amin para mag-try po ng ating radio. At si YBX po ay isa sa ating mga content creator ngayon dito sa ating Try to Contact o dito sa ating Try PH Media. So later sa mga show po natin ay ipapakita niya po sa atin kung paano po mag-DIY ng mga antena, yan, paano po magkabit, mag-install, ayan ano. At iba-iba pa, no? Hindi lang po sa antena kundi sa iba pang bahagi rin naman ng ham radio. Ayan. At syempre, hindi naman mag-iisa si YBX. Meron po siyang kasama. Ayan, kilalanin po natin si Sir YBY.
Hello mga katry. Welcome po sa aming radio station. My name is June and my call sign is Delta Whiskey 1 Yankee Victor Yankee. Dito po location ko sa Santa Rosa. Mga 4 na taon pa lang po ako na nag-radyo at yung lisensya ko ay mga 3 taon may higit. Nais ko ipakita sa inyo mga katry yung aking working condition. I'm using mobile-based radio, ICOM 2300 Hotel with maximum output of 65 watts. I'm also using Cygnus switching power supply with maximum output of 30 amperes. Ang antena ko po ay Diamond CP22E. Ang height niya ay approximately mga 50 feet above the ground. Kinabitan ko din ng radyo yung aking van, same ICOM 2300 Hotel with Larsen antenna. So, yan mga katry, ang aking working condition. At salamat sa inyong pagbisita dito sa aming radio station. Maraming salamat at 73.
Ayan, so palakpakan naman natin si Sir YBY. Ayan, so maraming salamat po at ayun, nakilala na muli namin kayo, Sir YBY. Yan po yung katag team ni Sir YBX. Kaya YBX. Because, you never know unless you try. Ayan. So, panoorin po natin yung kanilang mga susunod na mga segment. Ayan, kung tawagin nga po ay Ham Radio to Try by YBY and YBX. Ayan. So, medyo titindi na uli yung ating mga segment ngayon. At syempre, hindi naman po mawawala si Sir RDY. Ayan, nandyan lang po siya sa side ngayon, pero gagawa rin po siya ng mga video, Tatawagin po natin yung video niya na Ham Radio Repair to Try by Sir RDY. Ayan, so may mga try talaga, So yan po yung ating mga mangyayari sa susunod na mga episode natin, Ayan, so yun. Diyan po muli natatapos yung ating try to contact. At syempre, pasalamatan po muli natin si Sir W3 ZQZ from A to Z. Ayan, thank you so much, Sir ZQZ. And then kay Sir YBX, thank you so much po. Panalo talaga, the best. And then kay Sir YBY, thank you so much po ulit, Sir. Ayan, looking forward po kami sa inyong mga future content. Ayan, dito sa ating try to contact. Ayan, so doon sa mga bagong tune in, Thursday 5 p.m. na po tayo. Ayan, lumipat na po tayo from Saturday 3 p.m. Ayan, so syempre, shoutout po muna tayo sa kay Mang Sebio. Ito. Ang sabi niya ay, hey, are you okay? Of course, we're okay. Watching in Laguna, Tri Nation. Pa-shoutout sa Royal Family, kay Mami K. Burgos, kay Janet Almeria Mina, Jam, kay Quayne Robs, kay Francine Kumilang, and Mami Han, and Miguel Carl Jr. Ayan, ingat po tayong lahat. Magandang araw po, Tri Nation. At syempre, from the Italian, yan, from Ma'am Rowena Canta. Good afternoon po sa inyo. Hi to Janine, Nicolas, and Nico Canta. Ayan, hello po, Ma'am Rowena. At syempre, yung ating katropa, si Ronel. Hello, Ronel. Oh, iba na time slot? Yes, brother. Iba na po ang ating time slot. It's Thursday at 5 p.m. na po tayo. Ayan, so weekly. Magkikita-kita po tayo dyan. Ayan, pa-shoutout na rin doon sa mga taga Bosch Philippines. Si Sir William Go at yung kanyang mga kasama. Kay Sir Sunny, hello. Ayan, kamusta ka dyan? At syempre kay Ma'am Jerwin? Yan. Ma'am ba to, sir? Yan. Peyton Copa TJ. Greetings from Baguio, YouTubers. Yan. So, dyan na naman po nagtatapos yung ating isang segment. Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo po ay 28 minutes. Tayo ay meron lamang 30 minutes po yung ating time slot. Kaya yan, maraming salamat po sa aking mga family. Kay EC16, sabi nga. Yan, kay Kapatang Elena, hello. Ayan, sa aking mga families and friends. Ayan, kay Sir EMQ, ENI, VM1, DJM. Ayan, thank you very much po sa inyo. At sa inyo po, Tri Nation, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagsubaybay dito sa ating Try to Contact. Ayan, at watch out po kayo, mamayang 7 o'clock, meron na naman po tayong mga bagong show. Ayan, so talaga namang matitindi yung mga content po natin dito sa ating Try PH Media. Ayan, so kaya naman, ito na naman po ang inyong lingkod, si BB1, na nagsasabing you'll never know unless you try. Over and out.
Break, any station come in.
Yung breaker po, go ahead. 11, call sign, sir.
Thank you, sir. This is 4H1 EMQ po. This is EMQ from Amadeo Station, over.
Roger that, acknowledge. This is Alpha Lima, Cavite Station on the mobile.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can you give me update lang sa location mo, weather, and working condition mo?
Roger that, acknowledge. So now, ako po ay on mobile, stationary mobile here in Cavite City Public Market. And then, sa ngayon, sobrang init po ng ating weather condition ngayon dito. Napakataas ng humidity level. And working condition ko po is Motorola GM300 with power output of 45 watts. And then, super gainer antenna, over.